What's going on, and welcome back to the A Show with the Kings of Pro Wrestling Podcasts. I am Justin, here with Meelz. What's up, Meelz?
We're here. We're reeling off of WrestleMania week. Haven't recorded in a while, actually, so this should be pretty fun. Playoffs here, and I got the playoffs on TV as I'm doing this. Just having a good time. How's been things with you?
Good. Why they got to be on TV?
What do you mean? I'm supposed to be watching AEW?
No, nothing. I don't watch anything.
You don't watch anything?
I have a
it's
website
on in the background. I mean, I realize that I think basketball has become one of the things that are just like I have running on during the day. Like it's the challenge on Pluto, random thing. If there was a 24-hour marathon of Dragon Ball Z episodes, I would have that running all day. Sometimes you just need something running in the background. Keep it fresh, keep it popping. What do you do? Stare at a wall?
No, I'll have a site open.
Okay. You have your process and I have mine.
From where I sit, I'm not staring at a wall.
Yeah.
So I'm not staring at a wall. I'll have a Discord open and stuff.
Well, first of all, how's the Universal thing, by the way?
Are the Knicks playing it?
No, Knicks are playing tomorrow.
Universal. Yeah. We were supposed to record yesterday, but then I remembered that me and Mark had already agreed to go to Universal Fan Fest preview on Tuesday. And if anyone doesn't know, Universal Fan Fest is when they kind of like reskin the park to be like a certain like cool IP that's usually not there every year or all year. And so this year the big attraction was One Piece, and I was like, I gotta check it out.
As it is with everything. I don't know how One Piece became its most popular almost 25 years after it actually came out.
Actually crazy, because it's been on since I was even in middle school even. And
it was on in 1990. It started in 1999.
Yeah, I was in middle school. You know what I'm saying? So like it's actually kind of crazy that how popping it is now. But I saw the cosplay. I didn't get to go to the live show. The live show was packed, and they only ran 2 during the preview. But it was really an experience. Like all the merch. I got a Chopper mug.
Ooh, okay.
Little Chopper
good mug.
I had the seafood fried rice. Me and Mark had that.
Okay,
very spicy.
Definitely. Yeah, Sanji would do that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was secretly spicy. Had crab in it, had a shrimp in it, had scallops in it. Scallops were very small, but
I'm not a fish person, right? I just want you to know this. Like,
well, they had other things for niggas that don't eat fish. So.
No, I know. I'm just knowing. Just in the future, I feel like you should know. Like, just in case we're ever out and it's like, yeah, seafood. I'm probably gonna say no.
Sushi then.
No, I'm not a sushi person. I had sushi once ever in life.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not me.
Chicken tendies it is then.
Shit, I'm there. Oh God. But that seemed fun. Yeah, no, for sure. One Piece is doing a lot of things. We're doing One Piece on the lookout. We're recapping Punk Hazard, which is about 500 plus episodes in.
No, I'm not there. Yeah, I'm not there.
Yeah. We're recapping Punk Hazard. Jamal pretty much personifies it as like American Gangster meets One Piece. I don't know if it's all fully that. I don't know if you get fully American Gangster in it, but it's definitely like Breaking Bad, mad drugs, mad lore. The thing about One Piece is there's mad lore, and you're currently watching it, but you have no idea what's going on. And then in 400 episodes, you're like, oh, that was a thing? That happened?
Yeah.
At one point? So yeah, it's definitely an experience. I enjoyed the everything One Piece that's been happening lately. Still surprised that
It's not even a resurgence. I don't. The thing that's crazy about One Piece is that I don't think it's hit its peak yet.
no, it's not.
It's not
I'm,
hit its peak yet.
can I just say I'm surprised that we didn't have One Piece Raw WWE Raw Netflix collaboration. I thought that was like not that it was like a layup, but I just thought it was going to happen.
I think
It just felt like
the timing probably in line up for it.
yeah, probably. Mania. I guess Mania build One Piece. They already did the I guess Stranger Things is.
But to be fair, Stranger Things was like a big activation.
Yes,
like, it's probably bigger than they could do with One Piece right now. I think it's probably easier to just one for one it. Like One Piece, we getting Paul Burchill coming back for this. Like we have to really get real. We'd have to get real. What's the word? Intuitive to figure out who would fit there. Like, what's Javon Evans going to be? Luffy?
No, he might be. Well, you haven't reached there. Might be Brooke or something along those lines.
Oh, yeah.
He's the skeleton. If you've ever seen the skeleton show up,
he's out trying to put on weight.
He's put on weight. He's a big boy. You know what I'm saying? He's filling out. So shout out to him. Monday Night Raw getting the call up. We got other call ups this week. Other surprising call ups this week.
We got a lot to talk about. Is this show free this week? It should be.
The show's free. Yeah, don't even trip, people. Don't even the show's completely free. It's post mania malaise, post mania everything. So the show's completely free this week. Next week we'll be back on Patreon. So make sure you do patreon.com/RNC. And yeah, we're having fun this week. Just relaxing, relaxing. I put a couple stuff on the docket. We don't have to go long about it, but it's definitely some things that like happened in the interim since we haven't recorded. We haven't recorded since I think April 10th, and it's April 22nd. So one of them I wanted to, because we were all watching in the Discord as it happened. The big OG El Grande Americano, and as Rob and Nell and I affectionately call him Kaiser Americano, big brawl that happened on AAA, and probably one of the hottest feuds in, I guess, the overall
wrestling. Like that and wrestling worldwide.
I don't think there has ever been. We've seen a lot of in fact, this is the season. This was the season of pull apart brawls, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we've seen one that realistic, that like fevered in quite some time. It actually sold me on whatever they're doing, and I forget the name of the pay-per-view that it is, but it's coming on May 30th, where they're going to do Mask versus Mask, Lucha de Apuesta.
Where do they go? What do you think? Who do you think gets unmasked? Do you think it's time for Kaiser to go get unmasked, or you think it's time for? Because the thing is like at some point the gimmick has to end for both men. You know
Does it?
I think it will. Because the thing is, if they unmask and like main roster, they're gonna know. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Gable hasn't been Gable in about a year. Like, he's not been the same character.
So that's all the reason for him to lose, right? But I also feel like if you want to tell if you want to get Kaiser closer to the fans, you have him unmasked.
Yeah,
and he's ashamed. But the fans are like, nah, but we fuck with you anyway.
Exactly. No, I think Kaiser should lose. I agree. I think he should lose, and he should unmask there. And I think he actually becomes more over on the main roster if he does do that, because he's able to, kind of. I think what they're looking for, like obviously like Dominic and stuff, like they're all kind of the same characters on there as they are on the main roster. But like Kaiser would be the first kind of crossover. It'd be like, oh shit, he's actually made a name for himself here and crossed over to America in that way and reintroduced himself in a lot of ways. So like I agree. I think Kaiser should lose that match.
I agree. Well, it's one of the hottest feuds. We also saw the debut of La Catalina on AAA.
Sync FC.
Yeah. She's made the leap, the CMLL to AAA leap.
Smart move. It's her second run with WWE as a whole. Not exactly where she was at before, but she's got a good look, man. She's a good worker, and I think that like as they're looking for bigger stars, new stars, there's going to be more people from like other Mexican promotions that are like, okay, maybe I should see if the grass is greener over here.
Yeah,
Popping right now in AAA. I enjoy. I didn't watch it last weekend. Obviously, Mania was on, but
I don't even think it happened. And if it did, oops.
it happened. They film. Well, Pat is my friend Pat is a staunch watcher of AAA. He watches it every single week, and he said they taped like 8 episodes. And obviously they had the live one 2 weeks ago. It was live, so like they did have in between that, but they taped like 8 episodes, and they're all still airing. So
yeah, I don't think it aired on Saturday just because
it did.
It did.
Yes, it aired. There was an episode on Saturday, but it didn't have American commentary because all of the people who did the commentary were at Mania.
Right. Okay. Well, shit. Definitely did air. Yeah, look at that. Oh wait, no. It says the full. Oh, maybe they're re-airing it on.
It aired. I watched it. It did air.
Yeah, but I was looking on the YouTube because I was trying to find it, and I checked their live, and it seems like they're re-airing it tomorrow.
Okay. Gotta check it out.
Yeah, to check it out. I got to check it out.
AAA is such a great weekly show because it's like 2 matches, 2 segments, and it's over.
Yeah. It is just the funny. It's just, it's no harm, no foul, no nothing. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
It's good TV. I remember NXT used to be like that.
Back in the day. Speaking of other programs, we also got a little bit of news. Leading up to WrestleMania, AEW decided they wanted to make their name known as well. Besides announcing an NFL partnership for lucha themed,
them goddamn baggy ass masks. I know we're not talking about these shits, man.
The AEW shop, you pay $60 for official NFL licensed mask. The thing I don't get about it, first of all, incredibly baggy. The thing I don't get about it is, and we've talked about this of like AEW needs, because they also one of the reports were like they laid off their t-shirt people, I guess their merchandise department, who were working with, I guess, PWTs or whatever the hell it is. I'm not sure if it actually I didn't follow up on it. There might have been some follow up on it. But one thing we talked about was like AEW needs like branding. I don't know what part of their brand is lucha.
So they're not all hologram masks.
No. And that's also crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, one, they're all the same type of mask. I would have switched it up. 2, but our brand isn't lucha. We're not even, a Mexican, or Hispanic kind of like brand. That's why I feel like the identity of AEW is like, what really is it? If it's we're the best wrestle, how do you even market that?
They need to. What I hope that they do.
I love that you said what you hope that they do.
What I hope that they do. I'm not saying
it means that you actually care a little bit.
Yeah, just a tiny bit, because I want to see, like, we're living in a world right now where, like, and truly, I think that we're like looking at one of the, in my eyes as a marketer, and I think you look at it from that perspective, like one of the best like marketing plans, marketing ploys. You know what I'm saying? This Iceman shit's crazy. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, it's one of the greatest marketing things I've ever seen. Like, just it hits every mark. Fan engagement, attention from the media without having to pay for it, by the way. All of that stuff. Like, it's owned, earned, all of it. Media. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I'm thinking of it from a marketing perspective. I think that AEW does a really bad job at getting owned and earned media outside of the regular people that will cover them anyway. Mm-hmm. There is a AEW thing blasted, like a AEW graffiti thing blasted randomly in Burbank for AEW Revolution. Meelz, do you want to know how far Burbank is away from where they had it at the Crypto?
Please tell me. I have no idea.
At least 35 miles away from where that is. People in the valley, but when they're trying on an errant 7-Eleven on the side of a 7-Eleven in Burbank, saying, "Okay, Revolution at the Crypto, cool. What day? What? Huh? Like what? Where do I get tickets at? There's no QR code there." That's an example of what I'm saying. Like when they're out here, you don't know they're out here because it's like they don't take over the city. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like he does. They when WWE's in New York, they take over the city. They everywhere.
Boy, we about to talk about that shit.
And that's earned, and that's earned media, right? So like own media is like, okay, so what are you guys doing that's bringing people to this to the town, bringing people to the city? And I'll go back to the merch thing because that's where we started off at. I'm hoping they hire somebody that's been somewhere like Disney or fucking Vans or Nike or somewhere that has an apparel background, because you don't have to have an understanding of what the fuck always the culture, and you can still have those people there in the marketing department that have that, but you need to have somebody that has the connection to get you where you have to be. WWE has OVO, they have XO, them niggas beefing, and they got collections coming out together. Because it shows you that the people that they have within their marketing and within their partnerships, within all of their experiential, they understand from scalable things that happen. And it's like people, they're not looking at that shit. You know what I'm saying? Their fans don't look at it because they ain't never had to think about anything like that. But it's like, it's a reason why things like what they do, they take over the city, and with AEW, they give you some baggy ass masks.
Yeah,
$60.
And that's where only one is sold out. So
what is it? Jacksonville?
Chicago Bears. Not even the Jacksonville is still there.
Interesting.
It just is what it is. With that said, AEW thought they were going to pull a little woohoo. And on Wednesday last week, on the road to WrestleMania, I can't believe they would do this on a PLE week. Darby Allin wins the AEW championship from MJF. Now we have a much bigger, more important PLE to talk about. But quick top line thoughts on like just the general decision to do this.
If their business is as big as they say their business is right now, just take it for just this example, right? Cody just wins the title from Roman at 40. And then at Backlash, you have him drop it. Or not even Backlash. At the Raw right after, you have him drop it in 2 minutes to fucking The Miz. Like, that's how bad it is.
It is. And actually, as we're recording this, Ciampa just tapped out to Darby using the Scorpion Deathlock. And now Brody King wants a world championship match next week. So we're speed running this motherfucker, man.
Yeah, he's going to lose it. I mean, he's going to lose it back.
But I just think, like, if there's one thing not to do, it's not try to pull something during WrestleMania week. It's just not going to stick.
Well, don't pull something that drastic, right?
Yeah,
like, you can do a debut. Like that'll get people talking.
Yeah,
doing a hot shot of a championship it seems desperate. It seems obvious and desperate, you know.
And to put it on Darby at this point, especially during MJF's reign, where ratings are
business is on.
Yeah, it's growing, and now you just put it on Darby, seemingly out of nowhere. It doesn't really even feel earned in that aspect, but here we are. I mean, fans seem to love it.
No, they don't. They don't love it. It's the most negative I've seen them about anything having to do with AEW in a long while.
Meltzer is like, I don't know about this nigga, man.
Yeah, I agree. A lot of them are the same way about it. I've actually seen a lot more people be negative about this than you would expect, and and rightfully so. I think that it's a boneheaded move for them to make that decision. I mean, seemingly when you guys are good, you know.
They like to do funny stuff from time to time. But with that said, immediately after that Wednesday, we kicked off WrestleMania, the build-up week. And let me tell you, these niggas were everywhere on my internet.
Every podcast you could think of, every show you could think of, they were
the black ones.
I like the fact
especially the black ones.
I like the fact that they actually do that. I like the fact that they're on all these outlets. Gunther on the with
Club 520.
Club 520 talking to fucking Jeff Teague is fucking comedy, bro. Like,
no, I'm not bullshitting.
I chopped that nigga.
No, but I mean, it's a they've recognized. I mean, at this point, it's at the detriment of like us. But they still like recommend. They still WWE has the. I can't blame them from doing what they did. Honestly, at the end of the day, it's like ultimately they're choosing the highest viewed things on the internet or the most popular or things that kind of introduce them to new worlds, new markets, new everything. And they're putting wrestling in a space where it's like, okay, it's not just this like insular, corny, carny thing. These people are real life celebrities, real life talent, and WrestleMania is coming up. So we're doing a major push. Where that's showing up on Cameron's podcast, and I'm coining the term Saturday WrestleMania niggas.
Which will live in infamy.
It really
it's gonna live in infamy. Like everyone knows that shit now. Every Saturday WrestleMania niggas. So now Saturday WrestleMania niggas have to go off at this point. What Cameron said. Like Cameron coining a new term in the lexicon of a whole different world is just, it's a dream come true in my eyes.
It really, really is. Dominic Mysterio being on Paper Magazine, that
was good. Again, their PR department, top notch, getting them placements, getting them these looks. Their PR is probably working fucking overtime.
I tell you? Well, go ahead, finish.
No, go ahead. No, I'm giving more props to like their PRs and their media teams. They're great.
I'm saying this on the pod because I've already said this to Armand a couple years ago when he was working at Vibe, because I had an idea for a cover story for Vibe, and I was like, "Yo, y'all should do this and pitch it." But of course, they were never going to do it. I remember I pitched at least like, you remember the TLC cover after Left Eye burned down the house?
Yeah.
And they were all in like fireman outfits.
Yeah, which would never happen today. But yeah,
right. I was like, okay, let's recreate that with the big three. At the time, there was Jade, Naomi, Bianca. Let's recreate that, and let's tell the story of their literally the hottest women. Well, not the hottest, but like they're on fire essentially. These three women are taking over the business, blah, 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 blah. But you have that kind of like tie into classic and bring it to new and all this other stuff like that. But just to see wrestlers on magazine covers that's just not like PWI or, you know.
You can't put fucking Darby on no fucking paper mag, bruh. Like, you don't got no swag, nigga.
And then, you know, Liv Morgan's new music video, Trouble,
that's me.
I can't believe it's her new theme song. I guess she likes it.
It actually rang off when she come out. It actually kind of rang off when she come out.
I'm not mad at it. I thought, you know, choreography aside, it's a great effort for what it is, and it's a once in a lifetime experience. Like, when the next time you're gonna have a single release and music video and everything like that? Like, I didn't even see that coming. But with Liv, you low-key kind of do anything that she wants. She has the cool factor. She has, you know, everyone loves her, whether they're supposed to hate her or not. Everyone loves her.
Aguilera dirty era. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, we had that. What else did we fucking have? Mad interviews.
You know what? I'm glad that no one just did too much. I'm glad that nobody did too much this year.
Oh yeah, like last year.
Yeah, I'm glad that no one did too much. Everyone was right where they needed to be. Roman, shut the fuck up.
Roman didn't shut the fuck up, but he just...
Oh, well, he didn't. Yeah, but I mean, what he did was within storyline.
He kept it in character. Shout out to Mark for drywall looking teeth. It's something that stays in my head all the time.
So he got drywall in his mouth, bro.
Yeah, but the way they really took over for the entire week and conquered media in a really, really strong way and positioned themselves.
ESPN. I mean, you could just talk about just ESPN just in general, Meelz. Like, they were everywhere.
And ESPN every day on First Take, at least this week, at least 3 out of the 4 days, 3 out of the latter 4 days, they brought them to Vegas, which is something that's like when you're buying into this partnership. And, you know, people are like, you know, people try to make it seem like, you know, ESPN isn't happy. I'm like, where are you getting this from? Because you're not getting it from ESPN.
Yeah, and even if they were, they can't show that they're unhappy, bro. Like they're locked in for years.
Yeah,
you're or even like people trying to find that. I'm just like, bro, y'all wouldn't even know if y'all was about to get fired.
Absolutely.
So like, what
But
y'all, bro?
we have things like, I mean, Oba, Trick, really like emerging and promoting themselves in a really, really major way. Um, I'm always a big fan of the Bell. I think the Bellas are just they're great commodities to be able to. You can put them on other platforms. Like while people may not know fully the Charlottes or Alexa Bliss, you know that the Bellas have some sort of crossover appeal in that aspect.
Mm.
So many different things. I mean, I thought it was just they worked very, very hard last week, as they do every year.
But nobody worked harder last week than Danhausen. He had a blend. They literally. I need somebody to take the. Remember the Drewski meme with Ben the Dom? He was like, "We changed this broke nigga life." I need them.
Yeah.
I need them to put Danhausen's face on that shit. Yes, Sid, somebody put Danhausen's face on. We changed this broke nigga life, and like literally, that is what they did. He had a blimp. He was meeting the kids. He was doing activations. He did a
painting. Like
face painting. He had a whole thing with the mid. I'll say this. I feel like Danhausen re-energized Miz. I think Danhausen, Miz loves this nigga, bro.
Like, I mean, it's just easy. It works, and you don't take it serious. And he's inoffensive, and like he's not trying to be serious.
Did you see the story where Danhausen was talking about, or one of the little people from the WrestleMania segment said that, you know, Miz was like, can one of you, like, him and Danhausen were coming up with things to do during that segment, and Miz was like, can one of y'all pick me up? And then one of them picked him up or whatever, and he was like, all right, I'm about to change the segment around. Like he was like literally shit. I'm like, yo, Miz.
Well, them carrying the Miz out actually had me crying laughing. Like a bunch of little people actually carrying him out actually had me laughing like hell. But it's again, Danhausen. I mean, the second it really clicked, it definitely clicked.
Yeah,
like
I've never been a fan of somebody like that. I just did not give a fuck about.
I don't think there's ever been such, and you know, not really to make this about AEW. I don't think there's ever been such a low ceiling in AEW and a low floor in AEW meets a high ceiling in WWE to this like gap.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like get all you want, but it's the truth. Like, call it what you want. Shout out to Mark, but like, it's the truth.
You didn't watch Hall of Fame or anything, right?
I didn't watch Hall of Fame. I saw AJ's speech, which was 2 seconds, and I said, "All right, that was cool."
That good. I heard Stephanie's was an hour, so I was just like, okay.
I said, I don't need to hear anything that she's talking about.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Congrats.
And I'm good, man.
That's kind of where I left it at. I was like, yo, congrats. You know, you did it. Even though it's fake. SmackDown before Royce Keys. I mean, really the only thing. I'm surprised it was a high rated SmackDown. I mean, I know it's the one before fucking WrestleMania.
People were excited.
That shit was boring as a motherfucker.
I don't even remember what happened past Royce Keys.
Royce Keys wins the Andre. Well, Royce Keys won the Andre near the end of the damn show.
The only thing I think was a good setup for Monday. Because you look at it in a vacuum, you're just like, what the hell was that about? And then you look at Monday and it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
It means a lot more that they had that moment on Friday. Because like, you had that moment on Friday, and the way I think about it, I know I'm like jumping the gun here. Like, the way that I look at that promo is like, Cody thought he was going to lose on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
And Punk thought he was going to win. And then when the reverse happened, Cody ain't really know what to think about it, and Cody got like a chip on his shoulder. I think things are getting to him, but we'll talk about that when we get to it. But
absolutely. So I mean, that was really the only thing that happened from Friday. Saturday,
Royce Keys winning because we know that clearly they have a lot going for him. They're being very intentional and careful with him, which I appreciate.
Absolutely.
Who's his first feud, you think?
Shoot, looks like Solo.
Oh yeah, you're right.
It looks like Solo, which I'm not mad at, but also like, I thought Solo was doing something else with his mans, but you know, it just is. We can do both. We can kill two birds with one stone. Maybe the split.
one will lead to the other.
Right. Do you think actually? I wanted to ask you this. Do you think we see the White Six ever again?
Why do you keep thinking they're going to get fired? Like, what's wrong with you? Yes, I do think we're going to see them again.
Okay. All right. As long as you have hope. Tiffany
God.
Stratton becomes U.S. title #1 contender, but doesn't do it on WrestleMania.
Boy, what a fall!
What a fall! Why even put you in the commercial? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Grace, something's going on. I don't know what it is. I'm not at the liberty to even speculate. Maybe she's hurt. Maybe she's getting her bearings back. But
maybe she on that. You know what? Let me not say anything. Because this is a free show.
What would you have said?
No, I'm not going to say anything. Let's move to WrestleMania. How about that?
WrestleMania Night 1 and Night 2. Live from Las Vegas. The tale of two shows completely. But also the tale of like two fucking overreactions, I think.
Okay.
Two complete overreactions from every aspect of this show. At what point, Meelz, do you say, okay, people are over analyzing every single thing that happens on this to a point where it doesn't seem like they actually enjoy watching the shows at all anymore?
So, I mean, I do think there's a gross overreaction to it, but I do also think people felt like WrestleMania, and so me included as well. I felt like WrestleMania Saturday, which was a lot of fucking interference, a lot of things. Granted, it's WrestleMania, but also a large part of it felt like we're booking Monday Night Raw with a bunch of things that actually happened on the show. So I think it's just overall, damn, we built up to this WrestleMania. There's so much discourse on your thing, and like the first night kind of like was not up to expect. And we talked about how this card on paper, one of the best cards ever, but I'll give you this. It was better for me watching the show, the replay of the show. I don't think Saturday is as bad as people say it is.
No, it's not.
It's not as bad. It's not better than Sunday, but it's not as bad as they say it is. But it's just I don't know. It's this, the pacing of this show just
I think Saturday is more of a, and people will probably agree, I think Saturday is more of an indication of why they do two nights, because they're allowed to do something like what they did on Saturday, where they say, we're just going to front load all of the silly shit. Because usually it gets spread out through the 2 days.
Yeah.
Celebrity stuff gets spread out through the 2 days. And having but I think the way that they did it this year, where they were like, we're going to go hard on the wrestling on night 2, and we're going to go hard on the spectacle night 1. I think they might have needed to switch it up a little bit card wise. They probably should have. They probably, in my eyes, should have put Oba and Brock on night 1. And I think people walk out of that night 1 with a lot better feeling, because night 1 was like very feels bad in certain moments. Like every title changed hands.
Yeah.
Where heels were winning rampant. A heel fucking stood tall at the end. I was like, yo, they're not sending nobody home happy.
Bro, it was. I mean, there's some bright spots on Saturday. So even with like, so we kick off the show with the 6-man tag, Usos, LA Knight, Logan Paul, Austin Theory, I Show Speed. I thought that was solid opener. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's by all straight, and it led to the result. Yeah, it led to the result that we thought it was going to happen. Mm-hmm. They're going to turn on Speed, and then good guys are going to team up with Speed, and that's going to be the end of that. Yeah. So it led there. Actually, it opened with John Cena. So John Cena comes out looking in his best Vince McMahon cosplay, and he's
What do you think that John Cena eventually starts becoming more involved in like booking and stuff like that?
He apparently wants to be more involved in Club WWE in booking that.
But I still feel like there's an itch. And then he becomes part of the I think that it looks good PR wise to have him part of creative.
Yeah, but he doesn't. The thing is that John, I think he very seldom even advocated for himself in creative.
Well,
Everything,
at the end of his career, he definitely did.
yeah. Everything else, he kind of says, "Well, if this is the creative for me, I guess I'm doing it."
He's not
And
doing that from with the pen. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I mean, if there's stories to tell, and if there's people to show, I think he could definitely, like, with younger talent and being able to showcase a lot of those um folks, I think he could.
He could book the shit out of an Obafemi reign.
Yeah, I think so.
He
But
really,
I don't know where he's pretty much on call. He's like, yo, I'm here. I'm a star. I'll do it. And he's there. Um, so he kicks off the show, then we get to the 6-man tag. On the second part of the first free hour, we got Jacob Fatu versus Drew McIntyre in an unsanctioned match, which was
good. I think people but and the thing is, to me, whenever people talk about the show, they only talk about like the things that annoyed them and not the things that were like legit good. I thought that I thought the unsanctioned match was actually really good.
No, I thought it was really good too. I was like, okay, we're cooking. I remember seeing this and like, okay, we're cooking. Like we've got these two things out the way. It's a feel good moment for the first one. It's kind of a feel good moment for the second match as well. I mean, Jacob Fatu and Drew McIntyre. Drew really he always got his working boots on.
He don't miss when it comes time to putting somebody over.
Yeah.
Like he knows how to put somebody over in a big way. And I think it comes from the fact that like people in that same position to put him over. Big Show, Brock, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of, not Roman, but like a lot of people have put him over. It's come time.
Hashtag not Roman.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, he also understands like what this is, right? And those are the kind of people you want around in the business to really understand what it is.
Yeah.
To that again on like the beginning of night 2 of people kind of like understand what's going on here.
Yeah.
But that was a great match. I think it led to, I forget if AJ and Becky was before the Fatal 4-Way.
I think the AJ and Becky, it was a block of women's matches. I think the tag teams was after that.
Yeah, so the tag teams came out, and I guess the elephant in the room, because it was revealed earlier that day that Paige had re-signed to WWE.
It was revealed the day before. Remember? It was Friday.
Like PW says, Saraya is re-signed to WWE, and she's going to debut at WrestleMania in place of Nikki Bella, who cannot compete.
Like, damn, nigga, like, we couldn't have that moment. You know what I'm saying?
No, apparently not. Apparently not.
We couldn't have that moment.
They needed the clicks, and the aggregators needed the Elon bucks.
Mm-hmm.
But this one was my first like kind of like mixed reaction. I guess kind of like
Paige pop was crazy though. Let's not.
Paige pop was nuts.
Yeah,
but to me the moment is weird. Just because Paige wins the belt with Brie Bell. In this case, I wouldn't have had them win at all. I don't know. I wouldn't have had them get pinned, but I wouldn't have had them win at all. Maybe we build up to a win or something along those lines, but I wouldn't have had them win it here. It's just weird for Brie Bella to win her first tag team championships with Paige. I think you wait.
Well, knowing what Nikki went through and how she fucking her ankle blew up, ain't no telling when she coming back. So I think that they didn't want to wait that long.
So Nikki on her podcast kind of laid out. It was actually very sad, kind of how she laid everything out. Right. I don't know if you heard it. She essentially was like, for the past number of months, I've worked really, really hard in the ring, and I've done really pretty much everything that I, was asked to do. Having these matches, putting over people, not really complaining about any of it. And it's not that she's not complaining about the creative or anything, but she's like, I work very, very hard. And I guess this was what I felt in this moment was going to be the prize for doing all of this, was that I was finally going to be at WrestleMania, win the championship, that we've been a tag team for so long, we did etc. And then I break my ankle, will destroy her fucking ankle. And
she's like back for a while. She has surgery, my dude.
Yeah. She's like, I don't know when I'm going to be back. It says the doctor said 6 to 8 weeks, but she's not in the business of really trying to rush this because she is over 40 and she wants to make sure that she's okay and can run with her children and doing all this other stuff like that. She wants to make sure that she's completely fine before she even returns to the ring. And then she was like, I don't know. I think this was my last chance to really have a moment like this in front of the people that I genuinely care about, because our contracts will probably end sometime next year. And next year's WrestleMania is not in the States. So because it's in Saudi, likely my family won't be there. I won't be able to share this experience with a lot of different things, and I won't be able to replicate this again. So she was like, I essentially like kind of missed my last window to really do something big, my last real big moment. And it's just weird that it's, now the first tag team title reign with Brie is not even with her. So it's just weird how it is. I thought it was kind of sad, but I'm also a Bella Mark.
Sometimes we can't call or predict what the universe's plan for us is.
No, that's true. It really, really is.
You don't know. It's bittersweet, but it was a good moment. I thought it was a good moment. Match was a little fast. I think this is when you're starting to see like, okay, these matches are ending real fast. They're ending real fast. And
yeah,
nothing confirmed, but like everyone has opinions on why that is. I think people kind of go either further right, and no one really is going to like any, in my opinion, any real sensible reason why this is. But this, you start kind of realizing, okay, shit's kind of moving kind of fast. But then there's
when AJ Lee and Becky was not 20 minutes. I realized I was like, oh shit.
Well, I thought that the story that they were telling actually lended the match to be that fast, to be that quick. The story was all the way up to it. It was AJ acknowledging and Becky saying, WrestleMania is my playground. You ain't never seen WrestleMania Becky. WrestleMania Becky is a different beast. And from that point, like, you had Becky flinging this woman around for like 7 minutes. Like,
no, that's definitely fair. I guess I expected more based off this was like the rematch, right? So I guess I expected like WrestleMania were topping the last match that happened at Elimination Chamber.
Fair.
Fair. So when this match happens and it's actually shorter than the match, don't get me wrong, the match is good.
Yeah.
It's good for what it is.
The other championship match they had that night, but yeah.
Yeah, but in my brain, I was just like, "Oh wow, okay, this ended much quicker than I thought it would."
That's completely fair. I won't knock anyone that has initially been like, "What the hell is going on with all of this?" Because ultimately, like, you expect epics, but I think that like, and I say this all the time, and I think that like, this holds true for his booking and the way that he does things. I think people have to get into the mindset that like Mania isn't the storyline ender anymore, at least not in this booking. You know what I'm saying? It's now the storyline beginner. And all of the matches here were just like, oh, this is just the beginning of all of these stories that they're doing, because all they did was continue on Raw. And like you said, like, we're booking for Raw.
Right.
Like, all of these stories are damn sure going to continue when Raw airs the next night. So this was definitely one of those where it was like, rare ones where it was like, okay, this does seem like this is going to be the end of this feud, because it's like their fourth match or their fourth interaction. And to that point, AJ said, I'm going away for a while.
Yeah, she was like, well, I had fun.
Just think about it. She'll be back by the summertime. I'm sure.
She'll be back, but just not right now. She has other things that she wants to do, and that's amazing. And she got a WrestleMania moment, and I hope she's able to have more matches with a lot of the great women on the roster, like we kind of talked about on the last episode. We get into Seth Rollins versus Gunther.
It's like one of those moments where it's like, oh shit, we done picked up. We picked back up after those two kind of weird timed matches. We've been waiting for this one. This one's going to be good.
They held it down.
They did. And only a way that they could. I was incredibly impressed by this match. We called the ending on the prediction show. We knew how this was going to end, but I'll be damned if we didn't have fun when we got, by the time we got there, because
it was great grabs. Like, I think it was needed on a show where like everything was moving quickly, and it became much more clear as you talk about like WrestleMania is not really the ending. It's becoming a lot more clear, I guess, in this regime, how much of a spectacle WrestleMania actually is, which lends it to timing of matches not really being as long as they
It's about
could.
moment.
Yeah, because it's about the moments, but also like the idea of programming this show is working back and trying to program this show as just someone who's like operating this show. You're working backwards with like, we got to promote this, we got to show this, we got to let up the story to this. There's also a commercial break here. We got to do this, we got to do this, and we also got to have the match. Oh, also we have to make sure that these people have great entrances as well, because we're trying to sell an experience of WrestleMania. So it's a lot to kind of like think about putting together. Seth and Gunther having this match, shout out to them. I'm sure niggas was like, yeah. Niggas was like, you got 9 minutes. He was like, actually, we were not have 9 minutes. Fuck out of here.
We're gonna have 17.
Yeah.
17 to do what they do. They're so great together, and you wouldn't even know it if you didn't remember what that match looked like a couple years ago. When it happened on Raw.
It was like 2019. Like it was ages ago.
Yeah, I mean,
he was in NXT UK.
Three Seth character changes ago. Like that's how long ago it's been. But it delivered. I'm not mad at the ending. You get more intrigue as to what Gunther is all about, and you know, obviously, as we said in the last match, it all continued on Raw.
Yeah. Now, the following match with Liv Morgan and Stephanie Flair,
completely.
This felt like it could have happened on Raw.
Dusted me. I was like, what the fuck is going on? And it was one of the matches that we said in the prediction show that we were like, oh, this is about to be one of the ones.
Yeah. They built up the anticipation, the intensity. I think they established that these two hate each other in a very, very short time. These two people who hadn't crossed paths, said words to each other, even maybe breathed the same air, that they're really going to go at it with one another. And they really established that. And then it just kind of happens. And not only that, but Liv wins. Liv is great. We love Liv.
No, I mean, I love Liv as a performer. I do not love the she's gotten kind of stale to me.
Yeah,
she's gotten kind of stale.
I personally wouldn't have had her win this match.
Me either.
Because I thought it was a flub in terms of like, you got Stephanie Flair, you have the opportunity to, similar to the opportunity that you've taken with Rhea and you've taken with Bianca and you've taken with Io, and being able to build these next generation of stars. Stephanie is right there. And it's like, well, so it really like, it kind of differentiates. It reminds me of the Asuka loss, but not as like cataclysmic, obviously.
No, I didn't melt down for that one.
No, well, I mean, it reminds me of like, we're creating stars, but ultimately, like, where do you stand on the pecking order? And it's clear that Stephanie is not in the pecking order higher than Liv. And I expected this match
higher than Io, because the Io to me is higher than Liv. That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't even say the pecking order argument. I think that what they want to do is what Triple H always does, is like pad the reins and then have Stephanie face some adversity while they introduce a new character. And that's exactly what I thought they did, and they did it on Raw. They introduced a new character into the storyline, and then now you have more people going for the belt.
Absolutely,
because there's more sauce there now, I guess. But fucking perplexing. No doubt about it. Perplexing, shitty. Just the match was not great. Yeah. But then you got the report that Stephanie and Liv were banged up during the show, during this match. So like that's why it was short. And I was like, okay, fair, but like, come on, dude.
Yeah. It's still we built it up to this stamp. I don't even know what I would have done.
Shit, or do a non-finish. I mean, I know it's not popular. I appreciate the Mania. All of the matches have finishes.
Yeah,
but if they did a DQ, I would have been like, okay, cool. We ride. We continue. Like, but having Stephanie say, "Liv, you suck because you can't do nothing by yourself," and then have her prove her exactly right is crazy.
Like, it just is what it is. But you know, we love Liv, and we love Stephanie. Coming out after it, John Cena comes out to announce the attendance. It's like, we've got 50 blah, 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 blah. So he announces that, and then Bianca Belair's music hit, and I was like, oh, I jumped up like a kid. I was like, oh yeah, yeah. And then as soon as she came out, I was like, is this bitch reggaeton? Like from the moment she came out, I was like,
you know, I could tell. And I mean, this isn't like, I'm not being disrespectful, but like her face, you could tell from her face.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, yeah, it's over.
I was like, she's not someone who wears like big old, flowery moo-moos.
The abs off. That was what I know. I was like, I can't see the abs, bro.
Yeah, I was like, is she reggaeton? And sure enough, she made the reveal. She is fully reggaeton. She is, according to Montez in his latest Instagram post, 6 months along, which is like
further along than we thought. Which, I mean, depending on when she ever wants to come back, it wouldn't be too long. If that was the case.
It's just proof that if you want to hide a baby, you fully can. Just don't leave the house or make any appearances or really anything.
We didn't see her anyway, so
this didn't leak. Thank God. Nor would I have wanted to leak.
And it totally could have too. Like, it didn't leak, and it totally could have.
Yeah, it really could have. So shout out to the people around her circle around her. They keep it close. So she announces that, and then John Cena's like, we're adding one more to the thing. So as much as I was happy for her, I was also upset. That's like, damn.
Bro, I'm like, shit, she ain't back till in the 2027 or early 2028 at the latest. What a when you think about it in totality, like what a last year for her. You know what I mean? To kind of from the depths of this injury that she just could not seem to shake for a whole year to like the peak of happiness. And as somebody myself who, like, me and my wife are trying, and we're, you know what I mean, like that journey. It's hard, you know what I mean. It's a hard journey, and
right.
It's not for the faint of heart. And shout out to them for finally realizing that. I know that from the reality show that like that was something that they were really trying to do for a while. So
yeah,
really
it's gonna happen. And yeah, we'll see B when we see her.
Now it's time for I like the main event call with the Chiron showing the faces every night that he did. That was cool.
Yeah, I agree.
That was cool.
The main event, I mean, I think who comes out? Does Pat come out first?
Pat comes out first, and then Randy Orton takes 15 minutes to get to the ring. And then Cody has a 5-minute entrance, and then Cody takes 10 minutes to get to the ring.
What was the inspiration behind Cody's entrance?
Iron Man.
Oh, okay.
All the suits and the thing look like the Iron Man thing. Come on, man.
Oh man, I'm just here. Solid match. Yeah, despite what people I guess think. Funky intro. The preamble, I guess they kind of had to get out the way.
Oh no, man. Call me a mark. I liked it. I thought getting Pat out the way that fast it felt like the me Triple H saying, okay, this is my show, nigga. Like,
it just felt like this is again, right? Like, this is the compromise. He's going to be part of the show, but we're going to do it in a way that doesn't affect it, because this is the third year we're fucking Cody over in this match. Jelly Roll had some comments earlier today.
Did he?
Jelly Roll said that he and Pat McAfee had no business at WrestleMania. He said, I had one goal. I kind of succeeded. Pat, I love you, man. Neither one of us had any business here. I say we get back to what we're good at.
I'm mad at it. I'm not mad at it. I ain't mad at it. Shout out to Jelly Roll, man.
There's a lot of talk regarding WrestleMania inclusion, because I think Mark Shapiro went out another day and kind of really admitted, like, ultimately, I mean, as the aggregators were kind of positioning it as like, Mark Shapiro said he's the reason behind everything. He's the head of creative, like he's the big bad or something. Yeah, he didn't say that, but these niggas is like 17 years old. ultimately, at the end of the day, is like when it comes to situations like a Jalen Brunson coming in, or Tyrese Halliburton, or a Jelly Roll, or Pat McAfee, we make that happen and we figure out a way how to incorporate it within the creative. So yes, they have. If they think it's best for the show, they're going to have it during the show. And ultimately, I mean, this is what anyone with a fucking job, um, who's worked in there understands that Triple H has, and I guess this term is kind of like outdated and stuff, has many masters to serve.
Yeah, I mean, it's true.
Yeah, and this is what we just assumed going into WrestleMania. Is like, all right, this is a TKO play, and they really want him included in WrestleMania, and this is kind of how we get there, is shoehorned of it is as it is, but ultimately they got through it. I mean, the result.
They got through it in the first 5 minutes. Pat goes to a table by Jelly Roll, and then he's out. You know what I mean? And then we get to the actual match, and then that's when it gets more interesting. I really enjoyed the story of Cody not hesitating like he did a year ago, and actually going after Randy. Randy kind of playing babyface up a little bit, kind of playing babyface or a grieved heel that's weakened, and then like the people turning on Cody, but Cody saying, you know, fuck that shit. Like, I really appreciated him like going for the kill. You know what I mean? Like that was a good little story angle throughout the whole thing. But I think what gets in a lot of people's craw is that like they didn't feel a sense of closure to the story. So they were like, I'm confused at why it ended this way. I'm like, yeah, because it's just not the end of the story. It's like literally just the beginning of Cody and Randy here. So Cody, you know, defeats Randy with a little bit of cheating. But Pat does come back out. And just to put the bow on the Pat inclusion, not only in this match, but in wrestling in general, that was like the whole stipulation that if you know, Randy loses, he'll be out. Randy RKO's Pat after he doesn't help him win, which I'm like, was it ever even proven that a Pat 1, 2, 3 count would even matter on this match? I don't know, but they did it anyway. And he RKO's Pat, and Cody takes him, puts him in the crossroads and wins the match, and then gets hit with the title, and then Randy Orton stands tall to end the show. And I'm like, this would have been a fire ass ending, like you said, to SmackDown, but this was WrestleMania. And I can see why people would be a little perturbed at why that was the thing that was going on. But I also can appreciate, Meelz, that what the story they were trying to tell, I felt like they got in so many broad strokes, in that Cody has a chip on his shoulder, he has to pull the trigger, and he's dealing with a polarized audience against his mentor. But it essentially got to what they wanted to do this whole time, which was just tell the story of a student and a teacher. And I thought they accomplished that.
I think what they're doing now with these 2-day WrestleManias, they're kind of making sure that you want to come back for the following day. So leave something kind of hanging in the air. You look at kind of the main event of WrestleMania 40 with the Bloodline, with the match leading to the stipulation for Bloodline rules is to kind of really make you come back. You look at the end of WrestleMania 41 and kind of how that the Saturday night ended, which I believe it was with Paul Heyman aligning with Seth Rollins. And it's this kind of storyline thing that begins to tell a new story, and it's like, oh, I wonder what they're going to do the following night. You know what I'm saying? I think this kind of follows that instance. I don't think it was as effective, and now it looks like Cody's actually like hurt.
Did he get the eye thing from? Did he get the eye thing from the belt shot or the punt? I feel like somebody said it wasn't from the punt; it was from the belt shot.
I don't know, but that shit swole up like Martin.
Yeah, I think they kayfabed it and said he's out of storyline, or he's out of he can't wrestle right now. But I'm like, yeah, well, like, duh, nigga.
He can't. Yeah, I don't think he could, even if it wasn't in kayfabe.
I was like, yeah, duh, nigga. Like he's not gonna wrestle on fucking Friday. Like, he barely wrestles on TV anymore anyway.
Yeah, but I don't know when he's coming back to wrestle, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
because that is, if he broke his orbital bone or anything like similar to that.
Yeah. Is he gonna have to drop the title? I'm like, or I'm like, no, nigga. Like, what? Who's gonna get it? Like, come on, guys. Like, relax.
I think we'll know on Friday. Yeah, but I can't imagine him dropping the title. But we'll see.
He's not.
So that's how it ends. They did
night one. lowest I go is 6.5, but it wasn't the worst. It wasn't the worst show I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I would probably give it a 7. It just was, I think the mix of the results with the timing and
all the
commercials and how the main event ended. I think it just.
But that's the thing. It ended. Yes, it ended with him standing tall, but it was like in support of the story that like, okay, this isn't over. Like this is not over. Like you got one over on me.
Right.
This story not over. Like I find it really like funny that people are like ragging on the ending as if you don't know that this is not by design. Right. And like to your point, like they're giving you the hook for the next time that they the show airs. I'm like, yes, absolutely, because the next time it airs is going to be okay. Cody survived this round, but he's not going to survive it. You know what I'm saying? Is he going to survive the next one? That's the story. So
right. No, I agree.
Night two happens, and then the Mad Max thing breaks away into the fucking futuristic look. They should do a different theme every night.
I agree.
I mean,
it. Niggas were upset. It was like, look at how many graphics they're using. They're killing these niggas.
Them niggas having fun. Like,
I don't know if this was like whatever, like Pokemon Scarlet Violet, Sword and Shield. You know what I'm saying? Red and white and blue. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the fuck. Wind and Waves. But yeah, I do like that both nights had their own kind of like mystique
vibe.
Yeah, their own vibe to it. We kicked off Sunday with Obafemi and Brock Lesnar.
Mm-hmm.
And Obafemi won.
Yeah, you won.
Undeniable. The match happened exactly how we expect the match to happen. Like Brock is not working. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy hard, but like what he gave to Oba is, and again, we know this. Like if Brock is gonna put you over, he's gonna put you over. He's gonna put you over, brother. And what he did in that match was masterclass. He did all his finishers, did his suplex city shit. It wasn't enough. It just wasn't enough. And it was exactly what it needed to be. I love Oba's sell of the F5.
Mm-hmm.
That was a really good sell. Like struggling to get to his knees. So it's like he's not unstoppable, but you know what I'm saying? Something it did phase him during this match, and I thought that actually still put over Brock as like being really good. But then all it was one finisher. We're thinking it's gonna be multiple. Note one fall from grace, and 1, 2, 3 Brock is out, and Oba wins. I love Oba's reaction too. He couldn't believe it. He was grabbing the ref like, is that 3? He was like, yeah, it was 3.
Did niggas tell him that he was winning?
Nah. He knew he was winning. He knew it. I did, but even if he did it, or even if he did, it looked to me legitimate reaction, and I thought that was it. This was such a great, and I said this where I was at. I was at Pat's house that day when we watched this one, but like this was such a great way to put a smile on people's faces, regardless of if you like the show or not. The previous night, these first 2 matches made you feel good about the rest of the show going into it. Like it was like those are the perfect 2 matches to start the show off with. Like I think that on its own 2 feet, 42 night 2 is one of the best manias probably ever in my eyes.
Yeah, we looked at when we looked at the card, we clearly was like, all right, so night 2, right? Like
yeah,
probably on night 2, and night 2 delivered. Brock Lesnar seemingly teasing retirement.
He's retired. He's retired. I was just like, he'll come back. I was like, I don't know. He seems done. Like he's done.
Sometimes you're just done. Sometimes you don't want to wait till August. You just say, I'm out. But to be honest with you, with the Gunther match still like looming, if that's even still a possibility, I don't know.
Yeah, never say never.
Never say never. I feel like the Gunther match is still looming a little bit. But it's definitely, you see a much more vulnerable side of Brock Lesnar. Monday Night Raw, they show pretty much some clips of him throughout his career, kind of establishing him as like this legend that he is. So, it's a good feeling. He said he wasn't around for a long time, and he sure as hell didn't stay. So who knows the next time we'll see Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
I said if he goes and kisses Sable in the crowd or something, yeah, he's definitely gone. But I didn't see that. So
You going that deep with okay.
yeah. You know, I gotta kiss the kids whose Sable's genes didn't even try.
I give up, nigga.
Ladder match, 6-way. Penta, Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee, Javon Evans, Rusev, JD McDonough.
Generational.
Did everything it needed to do.
Generational. Right man won. Right guys got shine.
Rusev. That's all I need to say. Generational.
It was great, bro. I think that you gave Javon a time to shine. JD McDonough to me was the MVP though. He took every one of them bumps.
As he should.
Every one of them bumps. You need a guy like that that's not afraid to do that. So like it was fucking fantastic. I think as close to a 5 as you could get from a ladder match.
Shout out to Rey Mysterio's knees for doing the classic entrance of like popping out a thing.
He was doing shit that I ain't seen him doing. When he did that fucking the bump to Rusev on the outside of the ladder, I said, damn, he got some height on that shit.
He's them
stem cells.
He ain't no fucking what's the old nigga who retired from New Japan earlier this year.
Oh, Tanahashi.
Yeah, he ain't hit that level yet.
Yeah, he moving Tanahashi yet.
Yeah. But overall, Penta wins. Great match. People are still excited. There's buzz in the air. Then they hit you with the next one. Sami Zayn defending against Trick Williams, accompanied by Lil Yachty.
Ooh, short and what it needed to be.
Hey man, do the job.
It reminded me of Cena's U.S. title win when it was a really short match, and it was
against Big Show.
Yeah, and it was like, I mean, I know Sammy's no Big Show, but like just the feel, the vibe of it. Like he like if he would have jumped in the crowd with it, I would have been like, yeah, it's some John Cena shit. Yeah.
Still, I mean, they haven't like fully like he's a heel yet. So who knows if it happens on SmackDown or something along those lines. But Trick Williams is definitely incredibly popular, and they kind of
great entrance with the long tail, the long mink.
I was like, okay, Asuka. But yeah, I was like, okay, great stuff. Yeah, Trick Williams, new United States champion, as he should be at this point. This was all the crying about Melo. Shout out to Melo. Didn't make it a Mania, but
this is what
Trick Williams is here. How could you deny it?
This is what it should have been. I'm sorry. Like it just feels right. Like Trick is box office, dude. I like Melo too, bro.
Yeah,
Trick is box office. Like this was proof. And I've never seen a wrestler come in and fucking straight up just be like, "Yeah, this is my shit. I'm gonna be on me." Oh, the NXT 3 took over night 2. And let me just say this: you know what niggas wasn't talking about, Meelz? Black men having singles matches and black men having matches on Mania.
Amen. Shit disintegrated, but
yeah, they can't say nothing. And the thing is like it's so crazy. Like I don't know, just frustrating to be like so. I'm frustrated for you because you said why it was. You know what I'm saying? A long time ago. And what happened the moment that there were single stars that came over to the main roster, Meelz? They were immediately on the fucking main show.
We're like, we're waiting, right? The only singles person is like maybe Kofi, Carmelo, and all these other stuff like that, but we're still waiting. And they can't even say like, well, they ain't even win. Niggas won big time.
Won. Well, Javon didn't win it. They don't want him because they're still trying to make him wait. It's like, all right, man, you got it. So. But if he goes over on Penta, so then what would you say about it being another person of color that he went over? And Penta is his first reign, and he only had it for like less than a month at this point. So what would you say then?
Politics as usual.
Again, like they don't know what they want. They don't know what they want. They have no fucking excuses. But moving on.
Dominic versus the Demon Finn Balor
was 10 minutes longer than I thought it was going to be. It was actually a match.
Yeah, the shit was a match. Okay, this is why I was asking for it last week. I was like, because I honestly, to be real with you, I remember Demon Finn Balor in NXT. I have no recollection on like things that actually happened with him in his first run. I guess I remember most of the second run. But this was more like the first run of
Yeah.
NXT. He's beating niggas up. Have
No
competitive, no selling, competitive matches. It was a street fight. He got busy with it.
I thought Dom was better than he's been in a long time in this match too. So maybe he's fully healed.
Yeah, I agree. No one seemed to jump in for Dom though. I was like, I don't know. JD McDonough's neck was probably hurting, and Raquel could have hit a Chicana bomb or whatever the fuck it is, but whatever.
Right. It was a really good match though. It was a really good match. Again, like nothing missed on night 2. So if you're expecting us to be like, oh yeah, nothing really missed on this night.
Well, let's talk about the one that people were expecting. This was the one I wanted to see. I wanted to see what happened. Jade Cargill versus Rhea Ripley.
Hey man, throw your hands up.
Impressive match.
Rhea did what I didn't think she was gonna do, which was ring general this shit. You had to be the ring general here. Because there's one thing that's if there's one thing that separates the goods from the greats, and I mean like Bayley and Charlotte and Becky and the rest of them, is that when it comes time to actually go to work and be a general in there and put somebody over, win or lose, they make you look good. And I thought Rhea made Jade look extremely good, and it was to me the best Rhea had looked in a while too.
Can I say we talked about how Jade was kind of handling the entire thing last week. They did a lot of post interviews. Shout out to Netflix. Shout out to Raw. Netflix they put together some fabulous shit in Vegas for the media and then for Monday Night Raw and putting it all together. Jade Cargill loses the championship. She doesn't whine. She doesn't say like they could have booked it better. Mm-hmm. She's just like, I'm Jade Cargill. I don't need a fucking championship, to be real with you. Yeah. But that was my first one. My second one, I'm gonna, we're gonna turn up for the second one. Yeah. And she kind of leaves it as that.
Yep. The maturity.
Yeah.
Shocking.
But ultimately, I thought this match was incredible. I thought this match, you can kind of plot out the trajectory of Jade and kind of like her growth over the last 3 years, considering she made her in-ring proper debut at WrestleMania 3 years ago. This is her third WrestleMania, believe it or not. Mm-hmm. And I thought this was better than any of the ones beforehand. Like, she seems more comfortable, pulled out that one-winged angel, popped me huge. Didn't expect that. I think the finishing sequence, even when, albeit with the interference, you had something. Yeah, because it wasn't like the one the night before where it's just like, oh, they interfere, lead to the victory. Yet EO come out. EO has a moment as well to kind of like even the odds.
And niggas wasn't going to be at WrestleMania. See, look, all that complaining for nothing. Literally for nothing.
Asuka wasn't there. I love the finishing sequence, kind of like the counter the Jaded. She slides between the legs. I was like, what the fuck?
That was a good story, right? It was like Jay couldn't hit the Jaded. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. No one gets up from the Jaded. They're protecting the shit out of that one. Like they're like, no one gets up from the Jaded. So it's like she didn't get to hit it. So if she got to hit it, we'd probably be having a different conversation.
Absolutely. Yeah, and Rhea and EO celebrate the victory at the end. Second one we had
one title change that night. Only one title change thus far that night.
But the match was good, so I was just like, you know what? I didn't expect Rhea to win. I actually would have preferred probably Jade to win, but
it's time for Rhea to go.
Yeah, I guess.
It's time for Rhea to go.
She's on SmackDown. It was like, nah, suit up, bitch. You're on SmackDown.
And the thing is, it makes sense. It made more sense the more I thought about it, because I was like, yeah, because if Liv got the title again, there's no way they're running that back again.
No, absolutely. Yeah. They did another attendance thing. John Cena came out. Then we had The Miz and Kit Wilson. And then we had Danhausen showed up with the little people. To which John Cena like, they're midgets and they told me I can say midget.
You can.
I was like, just because they told you don't mean you should.
If I said Michael Cole, you can say nigga, man. What you gonna do?
You go shout it on commentary that and he told me I could say it.
Right.
My hitter. So no, this was a fantastic segment. This was hilarious.
Yeah, Danhausen, he's a star. What do I got to say? What more do I have to
Yeah, next to John Cena. I don't know. I was expecting Stone Cold on this, but I guess he didn't want to show up.
He was there. He was in Vegas.
Yeah, he was a celebrity. He was a celebrity like outside of the WWE thing. He was taking pictures of everybody. Everybody on the indies got their photo. Everybody celebrity got their photo. He really like the MJ. I want to say, when I say MJ, I mean Michael Jordan. I like Michael Jackson of the genre.
Do that too. What's wrong with him being Michael Jackson? Michael Jackson's great.
Michael Jackson's great.
He's the GOAT.
Main event. Entrances.
Chills.
Aura.
Chills. Punk managed to outdo himself last year, entrance wise.
Well, I thought he even outdid last month, nigga. Last month he did the Chicago thing. I was like, oh, this is hard.
Yeah, that is right. He managed to outdo himself. And I'm like, I literally looked over past it. He couldn't do this in AEW. He couldn't do it. Production team not good enough. Sorry.
The only thing they do is bought the ROH theme.
Yeah.
They did that, but Roman's entrance was fire.
Brought back the old theme, and I said, it's over. I knew he wasn't winning from the moment. I said,
yeah, I wasn't even caught up on that. I didn't. Mine wasn't like, this nigga's about to lose.
The old theme, the old Final Boss theme came on. I said, shit, it's been real, y'all. It's been real. I knew
they have
it.
A tremendous main event. This is WrestleMania quality caliber main event.
And I'm not even just saying it's hyperbole. Everyone agrees. It's not just me saying it.
It's not just me saying it. It's what did Bleacher Report give this? Did he give it higher than the pregnancy? Did he give it higher than the pregnancy? Did he
sick motherfuckers, bro. There's some sick for doing that. But
that was so dumb.
Without a doubt, for me now it goes in terms of the best Mania main events ever.
Sure.
It's got to be top 3, if not top 5.
It's in my top 5, top 7 somewhere.
7 is such a distinct number.
Because I like 40. I like 17, obviously.
7, yeah.
I like 26, HBK Undertaker 2.
Mm-hmm. I think it's better than 26 or 20. 26.
Oh,
I think.
Okay.
Or what was it? What was it? 27.
26. No, it's 26.
Yeah, I think it's better than that. Okay. Let's name them, right?
Okay.
Cody Roman. X7.
Yeah.
The triple threat.
Right. Are we including WrestleMania 20?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The triple threat. 20.
Triple threat. Okay.
You kind of have to. But what are we?
22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 26.
26. That's 26, one.
But 26 might be the thing.
I'd even go as far to say that I feel as though 40 had 2 classic main events. I really like that tag match. That tag match is really good, Meelz. I don't know when the last time you saw it, but it's a fantastic match.
Well, niggas, they showed it to you apparently 4 fucking times in the hour when you were watching
when I was watching the YouTube shit.
So you've seen it at least 4 times.
I guess it is 5 stars. You're right. Fuck. I'm putting Roman and Punk over at least 3 of those, and I think that it gets tricky when you get to X7 and 40 Roman versus Cody.
Yeah.
And I would fringe say it's probably better than Cody Roman. Fringe. But the thing is, Cody Roman's what that match meant to the company at that time in terms of actually finishing a storyline, like that, a 4-year storyline. It has to be like that's just. But then again, Punk and Roman is a 10-year storyline. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't know.
Maybe it's top 5. It might be. It's probably top 5 then.
Yeah, it's top 5 for sure.
So we have that main event. It was fantastic. Punk loses, Roman wins. We get this entire thing. And then, we We get the general reactions to WrestleMania, Tale of Two Nights.
Nobody's even saying anything bad about Night 2. I didn't see a single person
Nah,
saying
it's
anything
not. They said it was awesome.
What would you give it when both nights put together? I think I think Night 2 was like a 9.5.
So I give Night 1 a 7, and I give Night 2 like a 9 out of 10. So I'd probably give it overall an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I was gonna say 8.5.
Yeah, so I thought it was great. I didn't have much expectations for the Raw after Mania because they typically suck. But this one sucked less. Yeah, this one sucked less.
Ethan Paige called up. Well, about fucking time. I've only been begging for a year.
Yeah, he's about time. And guess what? They called him up on Raw.
Yeah.
So no Chelsea, unless Chelsea shows up on Raw.
Don't, nigga, I'll kill you. All right, I'll kill you. Ethan faced Javon. Looks like Javon's jumping into a feud with Rusev, which I think is actually a pretty good feud for him.
Yeah, you know what? Rusev need a
Ethan and Penta gets me tingly. I think that's a good ass feud.
Considering all the magic he did with the AAA, nigga, he was like, all right, well, Penta's gonna be the upgrade, so it don't even matter. It's gonna be fire nonetheless. Javon and Rusev is good. Do you want to talk about the well, first of all, Oba kicks off the show.
Yeah. The ruler has arrived. Short and sweet.
Just knocks it out. He's super over.
I wouldn't have him on TV every week.
I mean, at this point, he over like Rover, so yes, I would also not keep him on TV every week.
Yeah, I wouldn't overexpose him like that.
And also just not define his brand, just be like, all right, he's Oba.
Yeah.
He goes where he's needed. Really make him special in that instance.
If I had to guess, he's on Raw for the time being, though.
Think he'll ask for some bread, though. He gonna be like, nah, nigga. You hear these chants? My nigga.
So Ruka debuts.
Ruka debuts against Liv.
It's Liv. I obviously it was beyond time for her to get ready. It looks like to me, just like Jade and a couple other people, she's gonna learn on the job. I'm still not sold on her promo skills.
She was terrible like 2 weeks ago in a pre-tape.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she'll get there, but you know, not all the women, like the women talkers in the company is a very low bar.
Yeah.
It's not like it's a high bar to clear. It's Becky and then everybody else. Everyone else falls where they may.
She gets killed on NXT. Oh my god.
I saw that shit. I'm like, man, why did y'all? My thing is this: look back before y'all do that shit.
Yeah, I like the ending though. I thought that ending was super original.
Yeah, it was
super cool. But damn, that shit looked like it hurt. But apparently she's fine. The
thing is, it was a freak accident too because she landed like correct. It's just that the table didn't break in her head.
Yeah,
her head hit the shit.
Actually, I don't think her head hit the table.
What do you think?
Because she seems to be fine. I think her elbows hit the table before her head. Weirdly enough, but she seems to be fine. I mean, everything. She seems to be fine. They did the official Rhea and Io Sky
breakup, or not breakup. She left.
It's like, I'm going to Johto, and he's like, I'm staying in Kanto. So
tag match with them and the Kabuki Warriors, kind of sealing the kind of.
Yeah, but then also, you know, Io Sky versus Asuka on Backlash Tampa.
Yeah. And then Stephanie clearly not done with Liv, which we knew was going to be the case. But you've added Soul to this, so I think that's a cool little threesome for the title.
Thoughts on the Cody Punk promo?
Very interesting, huh? I think that what they're doing with Cody has potential, but I think people gotta let it cook a little bit. But again, all eyes are going towards if a title opportunity falls out the sky. And we've been speculating in our Discord, what does that mean? What does that have to do with anything? I've said this already. I said in the prediction show, the biggest match they could have had was Roman and Punk. The second biggest match they could have is Punk and Cody. And I think that what you do is you start to make inroads to having that be one of your main events next year.
Great, because we had a final segment where we were going to talk about our stuff next year, but we'll due to popular demand, actually. Monday Night Raw, we had Seth Rollins, he's back.
Get his
Breaker's
out.
Braun Breaker's back.
He doesn't do it. He doesn't do it for me as a heel, and I'm gonna keep saying this. He just doesn't do it for me as a heel.
I don't even know if I like this thus far. I don't know if I like anything about this thus far.
Here's my thing. I would actually rather these characters not be a part of the storyline together. I'd rather them be doing different things on this show.
Yeah, I agree.
I would rather them be doing different things on this show. I think that Braun and Seth is overdone. I feel like they rushed it to a point where it's like I don't really have an emotional attachment to it because they were too horny to have the turn happen when he got hurt.
Also, Braun doesn't do anything. Like he just comes and spears.
Yeah, he doesn't win big matches. He doesn't do anything. He just beats people up and then loses the big one. I think that he is a much better babyface in my eyes than he is a heel. No one wants to boo this guy, Meelz. Nobody wants to boo him ever. I think Seth is a better babyface when he's away from Braun, who they don't want to boo. So you know what happens? You don't get any type of reaction whenever they do shit. Whenever they're fighting each other, you get no type of reaction because there's no heat here. I don't like it. You get heat when he beats up Heyman, but I'm like, bro, when do we just break the division up?
I agree.
It's over. Like, just break them up. Like, they'll have the match at Backlash, right, Meelz? Braun will win, and then what? I promise you, Seth will go on to do way better things than Braun will be doing after that.
Absolutely. Also, during the midst of this segment, Street Profits return.
Yeah, they're in great shape.
Yeah, they're on Raw now. We heard some rumblings that they would be on Raw, and they are sure on Raw.
Certainly, you can run the Usos thing back.
Yeah, which is good. I mean, because at SmackDown, I don't know what the fuck they're doing on SmackDown. I still don't know what the fuck they're doing on SmackDown. They got to figure that out.
See you on Friday. I got a feeling the SmackDown after will hopefully shake some things up. I'm confident.
I would hope so. We can't do a TLC again. I'll tell you that. Main event of the show. Well, actually, LA Knight confronts Gunther, so that's something that's going to happen soon.
They had a good match in NXT. I'm looking forward to it again.
Absolutely. Finn Balor versus Jade McDonough in one of the closing matches of Raw. Mm-hmm. Dominic Mysterio interferes. Looks like we get this at Backlash. He was like, let's try it out not being a demon.
They need a step. I think.
They had a step. It was a street fight.
Oh, yeah, they did.
And he was a demon and everything. I still don't know why we're continuing this.
If Dom loses, the Judgment Day has to break up forever.
I would love that. Actually, they did a step similar to that on AEW tonight. I don't know if you saw it.
Oh, for Cope and
Cage.
Cage. That sounds like a cereal. But anyway, moving along.
Main event of the show.
This perturbed me to no end, Meelz, and you know why.
I was so annoyed.
I was so fucking annoyed by this segment.
And not that I hate Roman or anything, or like anything. I was just like, wait, why are we doing this again? Why are the bloodline back together?
He slipped right into it. He slipped right into the persona. Right, I was like, bro, he don't know no other gear but this, because he tried to do everything he could as a babyface and slipped right back into the shit. Uso is waiting there. Come on, y'all. What?
Bro, what? That's what I'm saying. I'm like, yo, why are we doing this again?
Do y'all want to be your own man?
Didn't he say though that like we're gonna do this again, but we're not? It's not gonna be me running y'all. We just all gonna be three niggas together or something.
So y'all gonna be the same three niggas together is what you're saying?
I guess so.
Like he slipped right into 2021 mode until Jacob comes out, and Jacob, who I'm not even quite sure is on Raw yet. They haven't confirmed this. I think this might just be a one-off. Yeah. But Jacob cuts a promo was for himself.
Kind of like that Randy Gunther thing where Randy just started showing up on Raw for no reason.
Yeah. And he challenges Roman, like says it out loud. Backlash, I want what you got. I gotta feed my kids. And then Roman, who does a couple things that kind of are hints back to the past. He does the fist thing, the open fist, the closed fist thing. He did that during the Shield. He says, do you have what it takes, to handle all of this after, if you beat me, do you have what it takes to be the tribal chief, which he said to Jay back in 2021. So, or 2020, sorry. So there's some parallels to what's happening that makes me think they're going to divert, but come on, baby. Like Do y'all really need the bloodline again? That's my question. Do y'all really need this again? Is this something that excites y'all after 4 years of it? Getting it again.
Listen, man. Roman return to the top. And they're like, man, check ball. Samoans up top again.
please take this title off this nigga, bro. Like, please.
Samoans in the main event again. It's time to restore where it used to be.
Come on, bro. Like, and the thing is, I don't agree with people who said that, like, you know, the things fell off after he stopped being champion. I think that things actually started to become great until Cena stepped his ugly face into the everything last year. Like, things were actually kind of good. Cody was giving us great fucking matches and being on the show every week. Roman says he's going to be on the show every week. He's going to be on the show next week too. So cool. He's going to be on the show next week. All right, bet. We're back to 2021 again.
Yeah. I mean, he hasn't been on a Backlash in 4 years. So if he's going to be wrestling at Backlash, he's back, you know?
Cool, man. Cool. But my thing is, like, there's certain points he got to hit. He got to do the Gunther thing. He got to do the Oba thing. We're going to see what happened after the Jacob match happens, and we're going to see how they play it out there. We're going to see. But if it's all babyface bloodline, don't move me.
Yeah. No, it really don't. I'm kind of over it all.
Yeah, it don't move me. For Raw, I'm like, yeah, SmackDown, give me some food. Like, I need to know what y'all doing on here, bro.
So, by popular demand, shout out to Sid, who's apparently has a 5 in his name now.
Yeah, come on, man. What was that mean, bro?
It's a 5.
We synced up. We in sync. You see what we did? You see what we did on WrestleMania Saturday?
I said,
shout out to Cinco 2 Turn. Black Mask. I don't know how he did it. I don't know how he was doing it, but he a master of the Discord shit.
Does everyone get Cubans like Solo's group?
Yeah, everybody get Cubans. Ain't nobody. Ain't no JT Mateo or JC Mateos in the crew. We all solos, baby.
We all solos.
All solos, baby. Come on, man. Even Bosa got a little tiny change as an apology for putting him in the crossfire. Join the Discord. You'll get the lore. You'll get
absolutely. The lore. So we've been requested to do way too early Mania 43 predictions.
Mm-hmm.
What do we think? Mania, mind you, it's still tentatively in Saudi. And with Nick Khan speaking, he is like, nigga, we not moving. So y'all niggas gonna have to duck.
Going live.
We going live too.
I guess we should just do top line. Let's do top men's matches. Maybe let's do 4. So like top men's matches, top women's matches.
Are we thinking Punk and Cody?
Yes.
Yeah, it hasn't been done yet.
Punk, Cody, night 2. Oba, Braun, night 1.
I'm thinking.
Oh shit, Roman will be around.
Roman Braun, probably.
Yeah, Roman Braun, probably. Yeah.
It's probably gonna be Roman. They want to do Braun. Like, if it wasn't for the injury, likely
would have did it. Yeah.
Yeah, Braun would have been where Roman is this year, and I don't know. Then they were going to do Roman versus Seth, apparently.
That could happen. That could happen in the summer. To be honest with you,
I think so. Yeah, but it looks like if I were to guess, I'm kind of aligned with you. Punk Cody is a big match. People would want to see it. Kind of worlds colliding type beat, and Braun Roman to kind of like really crown the next star, kind of do all the other stuff like that. I could also see. I've been pitching this should Oba be Gunther joint.
That will work too. This should be the year that Roman gives back to everybody.
Shit, to everybody.
Pins, nigga. Take some pins, nigga. Hey, I think at some point we do get Roman and Cody part 3 though this year.
I could see it.
Yeah,
I could see it.
They both have the title.
Women up top. Who we talking?
Ooh, this one gets tricky. Steph, Becky.
You think so?
Mm-hmm. Or Steph Rhea. Stephanie is firm.
Yeah. Rhea is gonna be in the picture somewhere. Like Rhea seems to be a stalwart in whatever the hell is happening. That's important.
Stephanie beside the new people, I think Rhea Becky is probably no, fuck that. Rhea and Charlotte is probably the biggest match you could still do between the women right now. But if I had to like just looking at how they position Stephanie Becerra is probably either Stephanie Becky or Stephanie Rhea.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Is there any possibility Bianca wins a Rumble next year?
No.
She's 6 months pregnant.
She'd have the baby in July?
She'd have the baby in July.
No. Postpartum Meelz is like, what is it, like more than 6 weeks? It's more than 6 weeks. Bro,
yeah,
I'm talking about this. I shouldn't be talking about this, but like postpartum is a very lengthy period.
Understood.
And plus working out, getting her health back. She's still nursing that finger.
I think her finger will be fully healed by next January or February.
If, and I'm saying a major if, because she wants to spend time with her child. SummerSlam 2027 is when I would target Bianca Belair to come back.
Really?
Yes.
I mean, yeah, it's up to her for sure.
Yes. I think Naomi comes back sooner than Bianca will come back.
I mean, according to rumors, she had the baby, but we're gonna see what happens when it happens. I think they're accommodating with it. I think especially with Bianca, they'll be accommodating as well. But I mean, I could see them being like, "Yo, B, you ready?" And she's like, "No,
I don't have a child." SummerSlam seems like the best. The SummerSlam to me always is the best place to debut people in Triple H's WWE because that's where the storylines always start.
You think she's gonna be out the next year completely?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They don't need her. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't need her.
I mean, they like to have her.
They'd like to have her, but like realistically, Meelz right now they're in a good place.
I agree.
They're in a good place. They don't need her. Yeah, she's nice to have. The extra star power is always nice to have.
Yeah,
but you don't need her yet. No. I'm sorry. Charlotte Jade also.
Charlotte Jade. Okay, I could see that. Liv is also someone who perennial in the mix.
She needs to come down a couple steps next year. The Rumble win and the title win at Mania is you've given her everything, bro. You've given her everything.
I think Mercedes' contract is up at the end of this year.
I will put Liv in the IC title picture, and I would also, I would say this too. I would do Javon versus Trick next year.
I would do that. I could dig that. One thing I hate about, I used to book when I was a kid, but I also hate because I feel like I sound like a damn mark. But I know wrestlers also do it too. I'm trying to think of. You guys have Seth involved, Sammy.
Seth can take a step.
Really, Sammy. WrestleMania Saudis where Sammy should thrive, right? Like
Seth can take a step back. Sammy can take a step back too. Them niggas can take a step back. Seth done main evented Mad WrestleManias. And card at Mad WrestleManias. He could take a step back. Some niggas got to take a step back, Meelz. The only people I think that don't is Roman, Cody, and Punk. Those are like your three guys. They're your three guys. They will always be at the top of the card in some way, shape, or form. Look at the last 3 years of Manias. Who's been at the top? It's like LeBron and Steph for the last 5 years of WWE. It's been those guys. Those three. Those are your top stars. And if I'm Punk, I'm looking at 27 or 28 as like maybe this is his last run.
Yeah, I could see it.
He ain't gonna be wrestling into his 50s. I would be giving Punk everything that he could get, or everything you could get out of him in the next 2 years, including that elusive main event Mania win. So he's done it. He's done a triple threat. He's done a single, and he's lost both. Give him that one win, and I think he's good.
Okay,
Beating Cody would be super poetic too, because of the closeness he has with Dusty, or losing again. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't care, but
okay. I think we got a good batch idea of where we're going for WrestleMania 43. Did you hear the rumor that initially, before they decided on Saudi, they were thinking Nashville?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they got Nashville on hold, because it might be. The thing is that even if they announce it, it was like late, like super late, like, oh, we ain't going there because of the war still going. They got to like July, right? You know what I mean, to announce what the plan's going to be.
Yeah. Before AEW just decides to book something that weekend and really just
doing shit,
destroy the market.
Doing shit.
Mean,
the way they
wouldn't do shit, but they dumb enough to do shit like that.
Because they listen to their fans. That's the real reason. But no, I think to me, I'm pretty solid on that, barring any injuries. And we're gonna pray that nobody gets injured. But I would keep Punk and Saran Wrap for the next 8 months. Because to me, the way that you get there is either Punk wins the Rumble, which he hasn't done yet, or he wins Money in the Bank again in September. And that's the thing about Money in the Bank in September, Meelz, is that kind of fucks everything up, because it's so close to Rumble. It's so close to Rumble. There's to me, I would say Money in the Bank gets you. Remember a couple years ago they said Money in the Bank gets you automatically into Mania, like a title match at Mania automatically. I'd still do that, and I'd say you're waiting for the outcome of whoever wins at fucking Elimination Chamber or some shit like that to face you. You know what I mean? Like they should switch it up. Call it Elimination Chamber, like Elimination Chamber Sudden Death or some shit like that. It's the last.
I think Elimination Chamber should be the last stop for champions to be decided. Like exactly. If Rumble decides the opponent, the Elimination Chamber should be the last frontier for the champion.
Niggas with fucking briefcases. 2 niggas with briefcases going into both of those shows.
Yeah.
I don't know how they're gonna do that, but
no, Triple H likes to blow that shit up, so don't really.
Yeah, you're right.
He's not someone who like hangs around to ruin the feed. He'll blow that shit up real quick.
To be fair, if you want somebody to be the fucking champion going into he has his, how they did this year, how they had titles change, but they had no briefcase and niggas was mad. Think about how mad they're going to be when he does it next year, when the briefcases are still in play in March. Like nobody's safe.
Absolutely,
nobody's fucking safe. But yeah, no, I think I'm pretty confident there in what was. It's just the way that we get there. To wrap up WrestleMania with a bow, I think that I can say that I enjoyed not knowing what the fuck was going to happen this year. I think that it got some really cool moments. It got some really not cool moments that they should never do again. But if the goal is to do twists and turns, and this was kind of a litmus test on how to do it, I hope they iterate and do better next year, and actually deliver on both nights.
I agree.
So yeah, that's my final ball on this WrestleMania, which I didn't hate, and I enjoyed the second night.
Boom, there we go. I'm good.
Yeah. And that is the show for this week. Thank you guys for listening to our Mania recap. I hope that it was good for you guys, because it was fun for me to recap this show. So next week we'll be talking about the SmackDown after Mania, which we're hoping get some more call ups. Who do you think is getting called up? JC in the Influence? They weren't on NXT last night.
Yeah, give me JC. Give me Blake, if they're bold with it.
Oh.
And don't want to waste my goddamn time.
Right. Jordan Grace is back. You got a good little mid card there now.
Yeah, and then I would take, in terms of a man, which man would I take? I guess Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry's on.
He's on Raw. He's on Raw. He's doing a concert on Raw next week. Yep, he's on Raw.
Niggas put him on Raw.
Well, you need a new Miz, nigga. So there you go.
That's true. All right, so who would I call up from men?
Literally nobody other than Ricky.
Yeah, it would be no one other than Ricky. Shit.
They need more. Honestly, SmackDown needs more women than they need men.
You can throw up Tony D. I don't care if he got the belt. It's a wrap. NXT gonna look stupid without him, but let's end this. Give it to Jackson Drake.
I just do women. But yeah, thank you guys for listening. Until next week, for Meelz, I am Justin, and you guys have a safe and wonderful weekend. Peace.